Well, today we are going to fix up my very neglected yard and landscaping. I have admittedly done a terrible job at maintaining not only the lawn, but all the landscaping. I mean, stuff's dying, stuff's overgrown, we got weeds growing everywhere, dead plant things happening, weeds growing into the driveway. It's a mess. It's a mess. And I have been, again, slacking. Like, that is not supposed to be there. Whatever that thing is, that's new. That's a fresh unit. So there's so much nice landscaping around my house here, but you know, I gotta maintain it. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna fix up the yard. It should be a very, very satisfying project to get this place all cleaned up. Like this, what is this? I don't think that's supposed to be there. So anyway, we have a lot of work to do. Again, I've been putting it off, and I figured if I brought you guys along with me, I'd be a little more motivated to get it done. And again, it should be a really satisfying end result. It should be a lot of fun. How old am I that I'm excited to do yard work? I don't know, but we're gonna get into it. So we gotta get the mower out first, get it kind of tuned up. It hasn't been used other than to pull my car into the shop in quite a while. Got some flat tires, probably dead battery. So we'll get that thing out and start with the basics of just mowing the yard and weed eating, get that done, have a nice base to work from. Enough jibber jabber, let's get to it. All right, I haven't driven this thing in a while, and I think I left the door open enough to keep the light on, so the battery's probably dead. 100%. I need to switch the battery back to the front of this car. Just so janky having it back here. It wasn't done great, and then there's no solid place to mount it because this is all spare tire area stuff down here, which the battery just kind of crushes and destroys. So project for a later date. This is yard stuff. I'm doing so many drift trips and needing to take the truck everywhere. I haven't had to drive this thing at all. I miss it. Battery likely dead in this as well. Or we can try to, yeah. Tubes also have slow leaks, so we need to air up the tires. It just drags the fronts when they're not aired up. Airs them up so fast though, it's funny. Alright, last thing. We need to put some fuel in it, which I got because I got fuel for my go-kart, but I don't know where I put it. I'm gonna go try to find that. Alright, well, I think I must have left my gas jug at the LZ compound, so we'll go and fill up another one. Alright, we got fuel. Top this bad boy off. Feels weird using a race jug nozzle setup to fill up a lawnmower. This thing was empty. Alright, that's enough messing about. Let's go mow. So before we get too deep into today's projects, because we do have a lot of them, I wanted to take a moment to talk about today's video sponsor, Keeps. So Keeps is a hair loss prevention treatment that you can do right from your own home. It is super easy and super convenient. I mean, everything else in our lives is so convenient. You can order something and it'd be here in a day. A car part, whatever you need. Hair loss prevention shouldn't be any different. And 2 out of 3 males will experience some form of male pattern baldness, which, you know, if you're in your early 20s, you might not think that's so logical, right? You look around, you're like, nah, there's no way that statistic's true. Once you get closer to my age, I mean, I'm not even 30 yet, creeping up on it, you start to notice it. And once you start noticing it, you can't unnotice how many of your friends are probably all experiencing some form of male pattern baldness. It happens. It's a thing. So Keeps is a way to treat and prevent it. Results can take about 4 to 6 months to start seeing them, and that's why it's really important to start as soon as you can, and again, prevent it instead of trying to fix it after the fact. It's like anything else in life. If you take care of the problem before it becomes a real problem, you're going to have a lot better luck than if you try to take care of the problem after everything's already gone as bad as it can go. So if you're interested in taking action and trying to prevent the problem from becoming a bigger problem, go to keeps.com/Taylor Ray. That's Keeps, KEEPS.com/Taylor Ray with 2 R's. Huge thank you to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Video sponsors are going to be instrumental in a very big project we're going to be taking on, most likely. More on that later. Let's get back to the task at hand. Well, that was very satisfying. Long overdue yard mow. So, next up, another simple project. Weed eat. I say simple, but there's a lot to weed eat. So, we need to get after it. All right, mowing done, weeding done. I even edged a little bit. I need to get the edger attachment for that Milwaukee power head so I can actually edge. Obviously it just eats up string and all this freaking crabgrass. Man, I'm becoming an old man. I know what crabgrass is, but it looks good. I mowed it a little higher this time. I accidentally mowed it a little low the first time when I got the mower. So we got that all done, squared away. Now it's time to move on to hedge trimming. We've got obviously a Milwaukee hedge trimmer. I'm really impressed with the Milwaukee weed eater. This thing, a battery will last pretty much my whole yard, which is quite surprising, to be honest with you. Haven't used the hedge trimmer yet. I also have the leaf blower. So that's why it's important if you are gonna get into electric tools for cars, like, you know, getting electric impacts or something. It's good to buy into an ecosystem that has stuff you need. So like Milwaukee has a lot of car focused tools, like their electric ratchets and things like that. So that's what kind of led me to Milwaukee in the first place, but it's nice because then I need lawn tools and they got that. They just have like a huge variety of tools, and I already have a bunch of these batteries from buying impact kits. I didn't have to buy the batteries, I just had to buy the tools. So anyway, I'm jibber jabbering on here. Let's get back to work. I'm excited to trim up these bushes. The only difficulty is with some of these, like, I don't know exactly what's supposed to be here, what it's supposed to look like. That looks about right. Oh, the worst section up here. See how bad that is? Got this one growing through. All right, well, that looks a whole lot better. We got a lot more of these to do. I'm gonna try to trim this guy up. When you walk around the corner, it's a very crappy place for this kind of plant, because when you walk around this corner, you can't even walk on the sidewalk. You run right into it. So I'm gonna try to trim kind of a walkway. Obviously, trims 2/3 of it, and then clean up some of the dead parts. Yeah, I'm gonna shave these lowers. Trim the edge of this bush back too to like better separate them. I wish I hadn't now, because I ended up cutting most of that away. But anyway, gotta come back, clean this up, but we got more bushes to trim. right, well, that's pretty much a wrap, man. Lawn projects are so satisfying and rewarding because you get so much done per time spent. It just looks so much better. You know, I never realized how bad this yard in particular needs a mow until I mow it. It grows kind of weird. I got to work on that. A bunch of crabgrass and dead spots, and we got sprinklers. I don't know, dead spots back there, but wow, it looks way better. Moral of the story: trimming these bushes is something I've needed to do for a long time. Those look way better, not being all freaking fluffy haired. Like I said, I do wish I didn't kind of take the end off. You can see the bush was kind of growing up here, but I cut it back. Look at all those lizards. There's so many lizards in here, to kind of make these two not mesh into each other, and then ended up cutting this one back. But I mean, that looks a little funny. It's just such a weird thing to have planted there. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Whoever decided that, it's just a weird choice. Because you kind of got to walk around the freaking sidewalk here. But we got 2 full trash cans. This is the wrong wood for this one. Of lawn waste. Trimmed up these bushes some. I kind of like the vines, so I kind of left the vines in a couple spots. I don't know, I may revisit that. I don't want to take too much off of some of these, but definitely future project is going to be like mulching this planter area. I mean, it's a big area to mulch, but re-graveling the driveway here, luckily it's pretty hard packed. So it's not really a problem, but it just would look nicer with fresh gravel. Cleaning all the leaves out of here and mulching that area, or doing something with it, something to separate it more than just the leaves. That's so many freaking leaves, dude. No matter how many leaves I pick up, there's more of them. So yeah, like I said, the weird thing about this area is there's just stuff where I'm like, was this planted? Like, is this meant to be here? Or is this not meant to be here? Got some sticks to pick up. You know, like that palm frond. Like, was that meant to be here? Was that not meant to be here? Whatever that thing is over there, meant to be here, not meant to be here. I definitely need to keep this stuff alive, and we have another project we need to do real quick to keep this alive. This sprinkler head got broken off before I moved in, and I fixed it, and it worked for a little while, and then it broke off again. So I haven't been able to use the sprinklers for this area, and a lot of the stuff is dying. So we're gonna fix it. All right, well, I thought I had, man, this primer stuff, like, does not stay in the thing. Just took a big whiff of it like an idiot. I thought I had a shark bite clamp for this. Those actually work quite well, but it's too small. This doesn't work. I've already glued this once, obviously. All right, we'll let that dry for a little bit. See if we can't get her to seal, run the sprinklers. All right, I let that thing dry overnight. So this barrel, there's a valve here, and that turns on this run of sprinklers. The other ones come on with a controller. All the sprinklers, pretty cool about this house, all the sprinklers and like the shop faucets and stuff, they're all off the well, but the house itself is on city water. So I just put this barrel here so when I'm back in the trailer and I don't run it over. So far so good. Just gives me a reference point that I can see. I just moved the RX-7 over there, which has no windows. That was a bad call. Gotta go move that. But I have not watered this area enough since I moved in. All right, let me go move this. Yeah, for some reason these are on their own valve. Everything else is automatic. Funny story, actually, for those of you who know Little Guy, the cat. Oh, that goes pretty far. He turns out to be a she. Really cool stray cat that would always come around and hang out in the shop. Well, she got pregnant. She got pregnant, and one day she wasn't pregnant anymore. And we looked everywhere for the babies. We finally found them deep in here. I saw her go in here, Little Guy. And my girlfriend Chrissy dug around and found them, 3 little babies. Pretty crazy, right? So that's why Little Guy hasn't been around in a while. He is at a place, foster home they call it. Pretty cool. All right, so while that's going on, we're gonna move on to some non-lawn related stuff. The truck's disgusting. Went through a tornado at the last drift day, drift comp. Bugs completely covering the front of it, real bad. And then this side has streaks down it. I think you can see them. It'll be more noticeable once you get out in the sunlight. For whatever reason, just this side just got super streaky. It had some streaks when I first got the trailer, and they have gotten way worse. And I know from my last trailer, if I don't take care of it soon, it's gonna become a problem I can't fix. So I wanna make sure, have a good bit of reason for selling my old trailer and buying a newer trailer was just to have a newer, nicer looking trailer. So gotta keep it in good shape. So we'll get it hooked up to the truck here and get it pulled out. All right, well, went and picked up a new hose because Blue ate through the other one. Got this rubber one. It seems to kink easy, but it just, I don't know, seemed like it would be nice and durable. So you can kind of see the streaks better. You can see where I tested the cleaner. It's like so much rougher off of that. So yeah, this side's gonna be a heavy streak removing side. The other side shouldn't be too bad. It's pretty much just clean it. So we got Blue's pool out here so he can hang out. It's a very hot summer day, spring day, whatever. Florida, we got summer and less hot summer. Oh, here he comes. Boo, you got your pool, dude. We don't even have our own pool, and you got your own pool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll let that dry. Definitely came out, it was a lot easier than my last trailer. My last trailer had like 10 years of stains, and I mean, you had to scrub with all your might on every spot, whereas that was just kind of like washing the trailer. I mean, a little more scrubbing, but looks a lot better. We don't need to do on the other side. The other side's good. I'm just gonna regular wash the other side. And we need to wash the truck, and I need to get all these bugs off the front here, because those are pretty bad. Ta-da! Trailer's done. All right, truck's clean. Trailer is clean. Cleaner than it's ever been. Very satisfying. Oh, no more bugs on the front. They were so bad. They've been bad since the first trip. It's so funny, the truck, like, you don't realize how dull the wheels are when they're dirty until you wash them, and then they get so shiny. Just the dirt dulls them out so much, but they're still pretty shiny, so you don't realize it. That one might need a polishing soon. It's still got some dull spots. But overall, really glad we got those streaks off. Like I said before, from my old trailer. I mean, granted, that was a much older trailer, but man, those stains, it basically just ended up taking the paint off in a lot of spots. So I wanted to make sure I got this done. So we used this streak remover on this side, and then just regular soap on the rest of it. And it shined up good. Now I feel bad. I'm gonna have to go park it right over there. And it's probably gonna get dirty again. But again, I don't know why this side only had the streaks. It had them since I bought it. And then it got worse. If it had just happened after, I would assume it's from parking it there, that being the side with the trees. But it had them like the day I bought it. I noticed them. So, I don't know. Strange. Strange that it's only on one side. But anyway, the whole rig is fresh and clean. Very satisfying. Ready to get dirty on another road trip. Yard is fresh. Just gotta clean up, get our lawn debris tucked away until it's time for them to pick it up. But man, what a rewarding set of projects. It's one of those things, it's hard to get to these kinds of projects because there's so much other stuff. Like I want to finish building the Zafiro, and I want to do some work to the truck, and prepping the Miata for events. All that stuff kind of takes control and takes over and takes precedent and priority. But there's so much other stuff that needs to get done, so it's a nice feeling to get some of that stuff done. So I'm glad you guys are here with me to hang out while we knocked out a bunch of cleaning and yard maintenance, and everything's looking pretty spiffy, so I'm stoked. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up, go take a nice shower. It is hot and humid. I'm ready to go inside in the AC. So we have more work to do on everything else like we always do. I hope to see you guys for that. But for now, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Goodbye.